Tea is amazing. Wow. On point. Come on, people.
Wow. Oh my God. Oh, man, they got so many different flavors. Hospitality, lemonade.
You got the cucumber with a splash.
That spicy pineapple.
Spicy pineapple.
Strawberry. This is the spicy pineapple. Wow. I had to get large. Yeah. We drove all the way out here just because she wanted some more.
This is good.
Yes, welcome. Shout out to our sponsor, Delicious Beverage. And if you love some delicious beverage, go to deliciousbeverage.com. Use my code MARC2020 and get 20% off.
Okay, so when you go to it,
yes,
you get what, like a powdered thing and also the syrups, right?
Yeah, so you go to the website. We have a tea base and a lemonade base.
Okay.
And so, right, you get order
So
tea,
think
lemonade.
Lipton in the thing, old-timey, but delicious.
And then, thanks, babe. And then you add the syrup. So you pick your syrups, Now, this is a premium beverage, so it ain't cheap. What's up, Robert?
Right.
What's up, Renee? Hope everybody's doing well.
Hey,
We hadn't been on in a minute. We're going to hop on. Look at that. Already 139 people. Boy, I tell you what.
Let's hop on because, you were like, let's wait because we are sitting on
Philip.
some huge news.
Philip, so that's
The news is in the
world.
world. The news is in the world about what's going on for you.
Yes.
Here in the DC area. But we're going to just wait.
Yeah, I got a job, everybody.
Not just a job.
I got a job.
A major.
I got a
Let's
job.
just say this. We're going to be working in the same building. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
I'm just not
all
going to
right.
say anything more.
Yeah, stop.
Together.
Stop
That's
there,
it.
please.
Okay. Anyway.
What's going
All
on? What's going on, everybody? So we're going off the dome. What's wrong?
My light looks washed out.
It looks what?
I feel washed out. Let me see. Okay, I got my hair cut, so it's gonna be in the right light. Okay, it's a little more dramatic that way.
Allison got a haircut, y'all.
It's more than a haircut.
Break it down, baby.
Start with this. It's
Break it
more than a
down.
haircut.
For those who don't
So-
know, I mean, Allison's been doing it for 20 years, but if you don't know, go ahead.
So with COVID, and I think a lot of you all can relate, like, if your hair was growing out, you just continued to let it grow out because, no beauty salons were open, no barber shops. So you were doing that, right? Truth be told, I was growing it out a little bit before. But I think psychologically, I was wrapped up in, just not going back to truly who I really am, which is a short hair girl.
Interesting. What?
Oh yeah, it's all this is connected.
Okay, this is new news to me. Go ahead.
It's all deep. No, you probably already knew this because you know me. But so I had let it grow. I mean, for almost 2 years, probably. But in those 2 years, it weren't always feeling great. Because of different things out of my control. But is it really out of your control? Not really, because you make a choice to stay in situations. But I made several huge changes in my life. And so when I went over to my new station, the CBS affiliate here in Washington that I love, WUSA 9,
Break it down.
I still had the thing. I was getting it cut, going to Bill Lawrence, getting the longer cut. But then I was like, you know what?
What'd you do, babe?
Let it go.
What'd you say, babe?
I said, let's just let it go. You see a lot of women, especially Black women, that are on social media and they're like the big chop, I'm letting it go. The truth is I don't have any chemicals in my hair, but it is still you got to do the whole thing and whatever. And I was just like, you know what? I'm ready to let it go. And so for me, it's just very freeing. I'm getting used to being back where I was.
Okay.
And I'm going to just wrap it up right there. But
so it's kind of was tied to, it was your hair. It was more than just a haircut.
It's always that. It's always that.
Wow.
So anyway, So I'd like to thank everybody who gave me love because it's not easy though, because my hair was down here. So that chop, because it's short. Anyway, that chop. That job is not always easy. Anyway, so okay, let's get into it. So this is the Married in Media Weekly Review.
Yes.
Last week we were in Florida. I'm talking about the belly of the beast when it comes to this Delta variant. But you know what? I'm glad we still went. We practiced our social distancing. We had a good time. The hotels, they don't, switch out the rooms. So basically, when you're in there, you're in there. You go get your own supplies.
That's why they did that?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought it was saving some money.
And no, so it was all COVID restrictions. And we came back, waited our little 3 to 5 days, got COVID test, and we're good. You know what I mean? But it was, them folks is mask wear. And my thing is this, okay? And I'm just gonna break it down.
Okay.
Because this is how I've been feeling about it. The mask I'm hearing are somehow a correlation between mask and my freedom. And you don't tell me what to do. And I had the thought that, man, a lot of folks would have done horribly during Jim Crow. Segregation.
Well, some
no voting. Slavery. Imagine your freedom then.
Oh, and some people correlated to that. Some people fight it because of that. They're like,
Now you're talking about kinfolk.
Mm-hmm.
Kinfolk say we're not worried because you're taking away my stuff. See, I haven't really heard that.
Yeah, like
I'm talking about other folk, not skin folk, who who don't want to, you're taking away, because it was very closely tied and politicized during the Trump administration.
No, definitely. That aspect's definitely.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay. I thought
that's what I'm talking about. So yeah, I just had the thought, and somebody put it on social media today. They're like, imagine seeing a whites only sign when you're trying to like go get some water or stay somewhere after you've been on the road all day. So for me, I'm just like, okay, I'm masking up the kids in our school district. I'm masking up this fall because it's a lot to live for. And this is some BS, in my opinion, that's some BS. Anyway, that's my opinion.
Okay, Allison is
I'm Allison Seymour.
Okay,
that's
Allison,
my opinion.
I know, she is letting it out.
Let's talk about the baby.
Okay.
Let's talk about
our baby?
No, the baby.
Yeah.
So the baby, if you haven't been following this whole saga, he was at a concert, made some super odd, really weirdly placed comments about
really
HIV/AIDS, supporting his LGBTQ fans, but not those who, I guess, have sexually transmitted diseases or, AIDS isn't only whatever, but it's also transmitted through sex. Kind of went in on that population oddly, just sort of randomly, lost a bunch of endorsements, got some shade, got some support. What's going on, T.I.? Didn't T.I. support him or some weirdness? It's like a weirdness. Anyway, issued an apology, and then he just took it down. Because I guess he was like, this apology isn't working. I'm standing by what I said.
Well, yeah.
That's what I think he did.
Yeah, I think.
Why would he take it down?
Yeah, I think we're in a world. I think we're in a world where we do die. We do die. Not the word digest. We break down and we dissect everything people say. Mm-hmm. So this, and I'm not siding with the baby at all. I'm just saying there was a time. And I know because I was at a club every Friday night when people said crazy stuff on the mic all the time, but it was not under a microscope. In front of thousands of fans. He jumped off computer. Cell phone. He jumped off. He jumped into. He did the crowd dive into thousands of people right before he said the craziest whatever in the world for whatever reason. Randomly. And it was random, it was crazy. And I know in that moment, as he was preparing to jump into the crowd, that's the last thing that was on his mind, like that this would be something. Mm-hmm. But it is, and so I think the problem is, so after it happened, he just handled it the 100% wrong way. But then he issued an apology. Which was very, very late, and he kept trying to fight back. I think we're at a time, baby, where you just have to, when you're wrong, say it, keep moving. Or if you don't think you're wrong, stand on what you're saying. If you're like, because he said he was going to get educated on everything. Yes, after all that money left him, that bank account get drained. But here's the thing about me, the thing that I'm tripping on. This whole thing got all this attention and all this conversation. But in every song, I'm going to say in every song, when you call women bitches and say nigga in every song, and that means nothing. So my question is, what's up with us? Well, we're in a world where every song you call people niggas and you downgrade women and call bitches and hoes, and women ride with you. Yeah. But then you say a gay comment and the whole world's outraged? I don't get it. What don't you get? What I'm saying is, it doesn't make any sense.
Mm.
You know, it doesn't make any sense. Where's the balance? Why aren't we outraged about what his content and what's he saying? But all of a sudden we're outraged about how he handled this. You know, it's very like specific.
Yeah.
It's very specific.
We definitely got some work to do.
Yep.
Britney Spears' daddy is not in control of her money anymore.
Yeah, this is just sad to me. This whole thing is sad.
So she still has her conservatorship.
Yeah.
But he's just not running it because she said that he abused it, if you're into the Britney Spears news.
I feel like she's got a long way to go.
Yeah, I do too.
I think while the public is chiming in, we don't know the whole story. Mm-hmm. And I just think it's just sad. Because
I think there might be a part of it where her dad was like, cool, okay, you're right.
Right.
You're right.
Okay, babe, we're going to rifle through these things. You ready? New York Mayor Cuomo steps down because of harassment accusations. Your thoughts?
So embarrassing.
What's up, family? Everybody's chiming in.
It's embarrassing, I think, for the Democrats, because I'm going to say this. I think that Andrew Cuomo did a big apple job during COVID.
Yep.
And then it came out, though, that he was doing a little sneaky business with the nursing homes, all right? Like putting, whatever.
They all do.
Yeah, okay. But then this, like, I'm sorry, sir. I don't care if that's how you greet yourself, your family members and all that. If I'm an employee, maybe I don't want to be, like, greeted that same way that you might greet, even if you think that's how you're greeting your daughter. Do you know what I mean? Some people really have a thing. When you're in an office situation in your dream job and you don't think that you can be like, no thanks, or no, I don't want to be whatever. Because I think it was like, what is it, like just too closey, like your Uncle Andrew. And it's too much. So I'm glad. I'm sorry that he has this asterisk by his name, because I'm going to tell you something. I think there have been people in higher offices who have done just as bad or way worse.
Don't say that, babe. Don't get us dragged.
Who?
Don't get us dragged.
Who gonna drag me?
I say you say you're sorry he has an asterisk, but of course some will say, well, you're not condoning what he did.
Of course I'm not. I'm saying if he's going, other people need to go too.
Exactly, but right. And it's right. It's a reckoning. I'm just saying, babe, we're just protecting the brand.
Yeah, I think that some other people in higher offices, who shall remain nameless, have probably done worse acts.
Oh, and yeah.
It's I think it is like, it's just very
You got caught. Politicians.
People spoke out.
There's a reckoning.
And people have tried to speak out on other people.
Yes, there's a reckoning.
Sometimes those people get ignored or pushed to the back. Look, I'm glad. If Andrew Cuomo, your time is up.
Go.
Thank you for what you did with COVID in New York City. But yeah,
all these politicians do it. All these politicians do it. It's a reckoning going on with these systems. America is hypocritical in jobs and everything else. There's a reckoning, and you just got to go.
There's a reckoning, but I wish everybody would get reckoned.
It's like to me, politicians are like the NCAA. They pay these kids. They give these kids' parents money. It's a fact. This starts in the AAU. It's no, I wonder what happened. That's what's going on. When somebody gets caught, everybody's like, oh my God, it goes on. It's a part of it. Politicians all do it. They all do. There was a time men and bosses and the relationship with women.
I never heard nothing about Obama.
You ain't got to hear it. You ain't got to hear nothing.
You think Obama was
No, because we love Obama and a lot of people love Obama.
Have you ever heard?
Here is what you know. And let's keep it real. This is what we don't do.
You better say Obama never did it.
I'm not saying anything. What I'm saying is,
okay, you finna get dragged.
What I'm saying is that the dynamic with men and women in offices, working in media, I've worked in many, many, many inappropriate scenarios, and nobody pressed no charges back in the day. Why? Because it was the culture. It wasn't right, but it was a culture. I never forget, my girlfriend was the HR director for the St. Louis Cardinals. One time she stopped by the station and the receptionist had her legs wrapped around the general manager's waist and they were walking through the station. And she opened the door and saw that and was like, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I worked with, when I was program director, one of my female air talents, they have how you have the glass. Mm-hmm. She would often put her naked breasts on the glass as I walked past. That was a part of the culture.
Well, I never heard that story before.
Now,
and Deborah, let me say this.
So I'm just saying,
real quick. Deborah, I hear you. I know that was the issue with Cuomo sending people outside. I forget how
creating
it
a
went down.
climate of just
No. I'm talking about with COVID, because I said he did a good job during COVID.
Oh.
I do think overall, as far as shutting the city down, putting it on lockdown, I thought that from a distance, he did a good job with that. Yes, it did come out that there were indiscrepancies where he would, and I need to look back at the story. I'm not going to say anything that's not right, but Deborah, I do hear you. And you're right. And I mentioned that, but overall, he did a better job. Let me look at Ron DeSantis down in Florida. It's just like, what's going on?
The interesting thing was when Cuomo started getting that heat, I was glad he resigned because he started to look like Trump. Because when you get the heat, you got to go. That's where we are right now. He
survived that nursing home scandal. That was the first thing they were.
Yeah.
So
these
good.
people. Yeah. So okay, reckon. Okay,
and
Beyonce
God
reveals
bless the families who lost their elderly members. Deborah, I hear you when I see you.
Beyonce reveals she struggles with insomnia and wear and tear from being a working mom.
Insomnia? Yeah, I guess so.
And
We're
also
out here doing all this all the time, like every night on tour or whatever. Yeah.
And she also talked about the pressure that women have, and like she realizes like that perfect body scenario.
Yeah.
She's like, but I think that's maturity. That's when you get to a certain age, you have them damn kids.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you be like, okay.
Absolutely.
Working out every day, Mike. Oh, and sadly, one of her early trainers passed away from COVID.
Okay.
Oh my God. He was a bodyguard in her early years.
Mm-hmm.
He was in his 60s, but he passed away from COVID.
Oh.
New book says Aaliyah feared the flight that she was getting ready to get on so much so, babe.
Lily, yes.
She took sleeping pills. They had to carry her to the flight. That just makes it even more tragic.
Aaliyah. We're talking about Aaliyah now. Yeah.
It's so sad.
It's weird. I don't know. It's just
she knew
really
it.
Weird.
She knew it. She had the premonition.
Yeah.
And okay, Michael's in here. The government should not be forcing American people to get vaccinated. Okay, Mike. Okay,
I don't think they are.
Well, it's coming. It's coming.
I don't think the government is forcing. And
if you work for the government, if you go to school, it's coming because
I think
you're trying to be safe.
Tell me, who's that?
Michael,
tell me where that's happening. I do know here locally, if you don't get vaccinated and you work in the school system or the government, you have to get weekly COVID tests then.
Yeah, I have no problem with get vaccinated. I was thinking the other day, we get all caught up. We're the last generation. Shout out to, I don't know, it probably started at 45 or 50-year-olds. Look at your left arm. All of us over 50. What do you see? What do you see, babe?
Yeah, the little.
Not my tattoo of my family.
The third world vaccination.
Look at that.
Right here. Yeah.
What y'all know about that? Lynn, what you know about that vaccination? Remember that day? Do you have one there? Yeah. Because you was in other countries and stuff.
I got it right here. I mean, I think the difference with
you have a mark that lasts your whole damn life. You better get that shot.
I think the difference with COVID is it all came
so fast,
That's and true. Then the vaccine. But I think that when you look at the circumstances surrounding COVID, I mean, this thing stopped the globe from spinning for all intents and purposes. Then, I mean, yeah, the government shouldn't get it. But you know what? Guess what? If you don't want to get the vaccine,
and that sugar cube.
The sugar cube, right? If you don't want to get the vaccine, then okay, don't get it. But then. I heard this heartbreaking story.
Hey, Tam Dot.
Hey, Tam.
Tam Dot, you are an alien. No, I'm joking. I don't know how you shook it, Tam.
Our daughter, Sydney, who's interested in medicine, she said that she saw some reports out of, I think she said Alabama, where people, for whatever reason, didn't want to get vaccinated, didn't get vaccinated. They become very ill with COVID in the hospital, and they're then begging for the vaccine. And the doctors have to say, I'm sorry, it's too late. It doesn't work like that. I don't know where all this came from. It came down on us, but the bottom line is it's here. And so for me, I would rather have the vaccine and the protection from it with all that I don't know than have COVID and be taken out of here like a lot of people, especially in our age group, saw. So
I think at the end of the day, I understand the people who don't want it and don't trust it. Everybody, maybe, I don't trust nothing.
Yeah,
I'm just as somebody who was, was diabetic, high blood pressure, blah, 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 pre-existing and obese. I was like, I just don't want to die. So I don't know what the hell this stuff is in me, but I'm just doing it.
I saw my mother have like breathing issues. And and it's horrible. Like the doctor said, imagine put your fingers over your nose and then try to breathe, and that's how your mom is feeling. And yeah, no. So the booster shot. So they're waiting for I think FDA approval for people with immunocompromised systems, and if it's approved, then they can get the booster shot immediately. But for the rest of us, it's not available or an option right now. I don't know what they're thinking as far as if it's needed or not, especially with like the Delta variant.
Yeah.
But if they say I got to get a booster, like I haven't gone through 2 shots, and I didn't have any symptoms when I got the shot, but I haven't gone through 2 shots trying to protect myself so I can live and see my grandkids to not get the booster shot. So legally, I would just get it.
I thought of my friend who has Oregon friends.
Okay, so Latanya is asking about this case, DC police officer. Did you see that?
Oh my God.
Video?
It was so crazy. I saw the video, earthquake. I was following earthquake comedian. I didn't realize it was in DC.
Yeah, DC.
And that I think, go ahead. Go ahead.
So I think that he spoke out today, and who was that who just, whoever just put that comment up. I know
Latoya.
that, Latoya,
Latanya Colson.
Ms. Colson, I know that he spoke out today, or his lawyer.
Oh yeah, I wanted to catch that on the show.
All I know is this. Thank God for these cell phones.
Right.
What do I think about it? Of course, I automatically picture my child. We have daughters, but they have friends. Our oldest daughter is in a pretty serious relationship. I just automatically put my my daughter's boyfriend in that situation. I see you in that situation. I think it is outrageous. I'm so angry about it. Chief Conti here in DC said this is not the way that we get guns off the street, because supposedly he's carrying it or whatever. They said they saw this drug deal go down. But why, if he has on handcuffs, are you doing this? Did he say something to you before and now you're mad? And so you want to punch him in the face? This needs to go. And I'm so proud of Chief Conti, local Chief Conti, coming out and saying it. Embarrassed, outraged, whatever. And so that's how I think. I don't think there's another way to think about it.
Also,
unless you're one of those people who are like, well, what did he do? I don't give a damn what he did. You're not judge and juror. You are an arresting officer.
You have to move properly.
An arresting
now
officer.
I will say that, let's keep it real. Those of us over 50, we do have a tendency to say, what did he do? He did have a weapon. Did a drug deal go down? These are all things that I think we've been raised to do. But at the end of the day, the process, I'm saying that's the first start. But the process, though, that's not how he's a civilian.
Let me tell you
and
something.
Doing what he does. The police officers should be trained in a way where they have order and there's a system. And obviously that system was violated.
When that young man at that riot out in wherever, I think it was the Breonna, when he had a long gun and killed a protester and walked up to the cops like this, like, hey, I'm one of you, I'm good. And that man was not punched in the face, then give me a break.
Yeah, no, definitely.
That's what I got to say.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree. I'm just saying that's right. I mean, I don't disagree.
Period.
With that.
What else you got?
The Angela Bassett getting paid.
Thank you, sis. The highest paid, right? Is the highest paid person of color or the highest paid?
I think person
in a drama.
I think the story was. Oh, wait a minute, De Jour's in the building. What's up, man?
Hey, De Jour.
No, yeah, I think person because as a movie star.
Well, she should.
Yeah, it's fine. Great. Go ahead, girl. She looks great, by the way.
She's amazing balls. Love her.
Yeah, it was crazy, And shout out to the brother who obviously was on the high school garbage can throw team, because you see me through that garbage and broke it up.
Oh, during the cop thing?
Yeah.
I'm wondering, do you get into? Have you ever been in a fight before?
With you?
A physical fight?
Yes.
Do you get into a frenzy? Like, are you like blind? Like, do you sometimes?
The police officer?
Yeah. Like,
no, that's a racist.
Mob
that's a racist.
Well, what about the other cops that are not telling him, "Yo, bro, look, they're taping you."
These are people who don't see you as a human being, who are scared and who don't see black and brown people as human beings. And then he's cuffed. Now you got a chance to punch him. And he I don't think he was all the way cuffed. But those and Justine knows a lot of people in power, it's like parents. you can lose your mind with the power when somebody defies your order. And that's where the training has to be better. A lot of these officers now are former military. So they work as military, not as officer friendly. So I'm saying their approach is different. Your military is different. You're policing a country. You know what I'm saying? This is the neighborhood. You're policing human beings. Look at Rob. That's my man. What's up, Rob Bass?
So highest paid female, period.
Okay. Thanks, Jacqueline. Sorry
Highest
about
paid
that.
female. All right. You got one more thing?
We're going to a movie.
Loretta. How cute, Loretta.
Oh, man. Thank you, Philip. Chucky Thompson.
Oh.
You know what's so crazy, y'all? Look, if anybody is on your heart and on your mind, the best thing about social media is you can just hit them. And Chucky it's crazy. He's been on my mind. He was on my mind. I don't know if I ever told you that. But it was weird. I knew I wanted to get him on our show. We mentioned that before. But also I wanted to get him on it was like he was on my mind. And I just wish I had made that text, that call. He commented, he congratulated me on my weight loss on Instagram. But I talked to him that way, but I really I just felt like if I just had one more moment just to let him know how much I love him. So guys, please tell him how much your friends, your family, people you know, people you follow, let them know how much you love you. And speaking of that,
hi, Tamika.
You know, one of my favorite people on social media, comedian Tony Baker.
Deborah says, "Don't blame the military."
This last week,
we're not blaming the military. I think what you're saying is
the approach is not a
militarized police force.
Exactly.
Nobody's blaming the military.
Versus a neighborhood
Nobody's
police
blaming
force.
The military.
That's one of the problems. You know,
right.
A neighborhood, a humanity-based.
Why would you punch somebody who is handcuffed?
Right. So
nobody's blaming the military.
And so Tony Baker lost. He's a comedian, very funny, and he always shares all his information, much like we do.
Tony Baker's son, rest in peace.
And so, his son and two others were in a car accident and lost their life.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to say again, it reminded me, babe, of one of your friends on social media who became my friend, Robbie Rob, and how these relationships, many times we may not see each other physically, but these relationships are real. Because when I heard that news, I cried like a baby. Yeah. And Robbie Rob was one of Allison's favorite fans.
Robbie Rob.
And he would talk to you every day. He would talk to me every day. And he passed, and we went to his funeral. And the weird part was we'd never seen him physically. But when we got to that car and started talking about him, all the tears started flowing.
A sweet spirit.
And it was like we never met him physically, but we met him and we knew him. And so these relationships are real. So shout out to my reinventing crew. I see a whole bunch of y'all. Shout out to all those who, on Allison's page. We love you guys too.
Somebody mentioned your weight loss. How much are you down now?
I'm around 75. I haven't been on since vacation. So I was waiting until Monday. So hopefully there's a drum roll.
Okay, we'll see on Monday. All right, we got to get out of here. We've been on way too long. We said we were going to hop on, and we got a date night. So,
all right, everybody. Love you guys. Be safe, everybody.
Yes.
And
if you don't get vaccinated, then wear a mask. Is that because I don't want you to get sick?
Right. Nobody wants to get sick.
I don't want you to get sick. I'm not trying to say what to do. We're not out here getting paid by Pfizer or Moderna or Johnson & Johnson.
Well, we will take sponsorships if you know somebody.
Anyway, we hope you have a super weekend. Don't forget, next week we have amazing news.
We'll give you the full beats.
You know what? Actually, for our Facebook family, we should go on Sunday because you about to head into the office.
Okay, all
right. We're gonna wait next week.
All right. So once again, if you guys are bored and want some delicious beverage, go to deliciousbeverage.com.
Tea is amazing. Wow. On point. Come on, people.
Wow. Oh my God. Oh, man, they got so many different flavors. Hospitality, lemonade.
You got the cucumber with a splash.
That spicy pineapple.
Spicy pineapple.
Strawberry. This is the spicy pineapple. Wow. I had to get a large. Yeah. We drove all the way out here just because she wanted some more.
This is good.